There's no doubt about it, working with livestock is a tough job, and for many, particularly employees on remote properties, the long hours and isolation can make it hard to stick around. But for producers, attracting and keeping good staff is essential for a healthy business. An MLA commissioned study recently looked at what employers can do to hang on to their workforce. Jane Drinkwater reports from outback Queensland.
Dawn breaking, and the working day has already begun at this property at Kainoona in Queensland. It's the stuff of movies. For some, it's the life they always dreamed of.
Since I was a little kid, I always wanted to come and work out in the bush, yeah. Quietness, the freedom. I've always enjoyed working with animals, you know, like as a kid I always had horses and dogs, and always enjoyed working with cattle and, yeah, stuff like that. For some silly reason, I've always enjoyed fencing. I don't know why. I like putting up a new fence.
The MLA study of rural workers found most people who work out here have grown up in the country. But for those who come to it later in life, it has its own magic. 2 years ago, Susan Foy gave up her office job in Brisbane. Now she wouldn't go back.
It's not like the city where you get swallowed up and become one of the crowd and the mob. But out here you feel that you're a part of this. I know it sounds like a cliche, but it's true. And it really gets into your blood.
A team of 7 work this 140,000 hectare property and the neighbouring Dagworth station. Both are owned by the North Australian pastoral company known as NAPCO. Here they run up to 3,500 head of beef cattle with a composite stud and breeding program on Mitchell Grass Plains. Brett McCormack joined the team 4 months ago as a jackaroo and has been kept busy.
I've been riding a lot of motorbikes, horses, like doing mustering and walking cattle from A to B, and doing weaners, marking the weaners. Always something different, always something going on. It's good fun too, I suppose.
Some young people only ever want to stay for a year or two, but most staff remain in the industry and usually move in search of better pay and conditions or a new challenge. Given that staff shortages can cost a large property up to $200,000 a year in inefficiencies, good people management can really pay off.
I believe that from a pastoral point of view, as like many businesses, staff are the most important asset. They mightn't be as valued as much perhaps as in an economic sense as the land or the cattle, but from the point of view of having smooth running profitable businesses, they're critical. So I think it's time that we acknowledge that and we invest appropriately in those in terms of attracting them, retaining them, but also in upskilling and developing them further.
But attracting young people into pastoral industries and retaining experienced staff is not always easy. MLA's recent study of the rural workforce identified almost 2/3 as being at risk of burnout because of long hours and lack of time away. It found that many work over 51 hours a week, especially on large stations. High staff turnover was also identified as a problem, especially for employers in the red meat sector. They expect to lose 42% of their staff in the next 5 years. But it appears that those tempted to move to a well-paid job in mining had already left. In the survey, only 3% said they were actively considering it. Kainoona is one of 14 properties owned by NAPCO. Their head of recruitment is well aware of the problems caused when staff leave.
Look, churn is an issue that we try and deal with. Obviously, it's expensive to hire and train new staff all the time, and if you can retain your staff, you're going to do the job better.
NAPCO has introduced a lot of changes over the past few years to do just that. They've upgraded living quarters and offer ongoing training and career development for employees with talent and commitment. They also build in rewards for loyal staff.
Things we do to try and hang on to our people, we've got season completion bonuses, the transfer program, some really nice perks built into the certified agreements.
All these were identified in the survey as measures that were attractive to staff. It's not all about pay, although this is important. They also look for opportunities for career advancement, training, professional management, and flexibility and autonomy at work.
One of the really positive things to come out of the survey was that rural workers love what they do. Most were proud of working for their farm and said they felt trusted and valued. In fact, they were much more likely to be satisfied with their jobs than the rest of working Australia.
You can turn around at the end of the day and you can see what you've achieved. You know, whether it be a big mob of cattle in the yard, whether it be 2 kilometres of fence up, or a nice new road you've graded, you know. Yeah, I think it's the job satisfaction more than anything.